Hello everybody. Well, I'm just sitting here testing builds to see what, if I can find anything that can solo the, newest Profit Taker boss. And I think I might have a setup going here, but we'll find out. If I kill her with this, obviously I'm gonna show the build afterwards. If you're just looking for the build, if I do manage to, like, kill her and upload this, it'll be at the end, and rather this, because I'm basically on autopilot. I'm like making, finalizing, try out, finalizing, try out, and just testing. Oh shit, I'm not in fucking solo. Here, we're gonna do that. Solo. Here, that should fix that problem. Forgot I was doing other stuff besides this, because I was needing to get some form of blueprints. Start that up for tomorrow.
Leg it. Once that mother hits the overcharge radius, we're done for. No second chances.
But the idea of this is to use her 2 to heal you, her 2 to get aggro off, and then using her 3 in order to have a secondary element. There's only going to be, with this build, one element you're not going to have. There are going to be a few that you're just not going to do a lot of damage with. Are we at slash? Go ahead and get that energy regen going. What are we on? Also, by the way, if you can get in between those, it will actually it won't knock you down. There's actually a point where you can get it. It doesn't visually show it, but there is a gap between those that you can squeeze yourself through. What are we on? Okay, so I won the 80% chance. That's nice. Still on radiation. Okay, we're on frost. Can you guys, like, stop CC chaining me? That'd be lovely, too. Hopefully that dummy lets them lose aggro from me for a little while. Some energy regen going. It'd be a less I wouldn't mind this boss so much if it fucking do I even have heat? I think I do. Damn it, I didn't make it. Ooh. I actually do not have that much fire damage on this, but I'm bringing it down a bit. Alright, it switched. See what it is. Can't do damage with that one. Can't do damage with that one. Did I fucking get electric? What are you? Oh, you're poison. That's fixable. Alright, what do we are at? Puncture. Do I want that? No, but we can definitely do gas. Alright, well, impact. That's absolutely fine as well, if they'll fucking ever let me reload. Alright, let's use that. Keep them from being aggroed on me. And now 3 and just melt through these. 1 down. Oh, I may die here. Can we stop this? Get some massive aggro going. That's fine. We're regenning enough here. One thing is, though, you do go through more bullets with this, but, that's done. Oh, I fucking hate these goddamn assholes and their... Porpoise, I have to say, is the most annoying enemy type in game. don't want to put away our weapon just yet because you do get a free attack if you can kill these quick enough. That's annoying that one's up here, and we'll go after the easy one first. My operator energy get back up. And that. Are you fucking kidding me? Of course you can drop fucking bombs like it's nothing. We probably didn't get the extra.
The shields are vulnerable.
Oh, we did. Okay. Alright. Legs that well. It'd be nice if you guys would like. What's the last one? This one? That's fine. I'd. Okay then, I'll just get CC'd to death. That's absolutely fine too. Alright, a lot of you are pissing me off. Okay, I'm healed up, but... Another reason why I'm saying Saren is she has a really good about getting rid of a lot of the annoying shit. Another good thing is she can get rid of the radiation. Alright. One good thing about the Redeemer, it's really good about killing those fat ass fuckers. But, So what are we at? We're on slash. That's radiation, you can do that. But the whole purpose of using Saren solo is to get rid of the aggro. Or you're just going to be CC chained to death. Another tactic you can use is if you roll into it, it keeps you from being knocked down like that, which I just forgot to do. Now the damage output that this thing can fucking do solo gets ridiculous later. We're not even at the hard part. This thing's damage output alone is enough to annihilate you. What are we on? We're on electric. That's the only element I don't have. Can you go to something else? Fire. I can do that. Get rid of some of the assholes out and about. What are we on? We're on just normal poison, that's fine too. Puncture. That'd be a little too slow. Gas, that's fine. Roll into it. Fuck, I fucked it up. Yep, I die here. Fun! Oh well, it's not as bad if you just straight up get chroma. You're going to die a few times. You're not here for fucking, EXP reward from this, because I can tell you right now, the EXP reward is just not fucking worth it. Is my guy going to revive me? I guess it can't do that, because I'm not in a group. just fucking love the scaling of enemies.
Pylons back up. Wreck 'em.
Damn, they go through that molt clone really fucking quickly. One thing I don't like that they need to add for Saren is you should be taking aggro. Those fucking damn homing rockets shouldn't be going after you. Not all of them, at least. Okay, so we're on that. That's radiation. Can you stop stepping on me? Fucking fat whore. Go.
Running out of time. You have to kill her now. We won't get another chance at this.
I have enough cross damage for this to be viable. You want corrosive now, that's fine.
Satellite just moved. Ned's crew must have figured out our bypass. It's realigning.
Sparky, we're running out of time. You have to kill
I know! Oh, you're really going to do electric now. Here, I'm just gonna wait like this. Fire! Oh, wait. I love how the shield can spawn on you and then you just get double chained like that. That's what I fucking hate too. If it spawns on you, it shouldn't immediately fucking knock you down. Okay, so we've got that. And I'm gonna die here. No. Luckily didn't. Change to something. Thank God. That's something I can do. I'm gonna go behind this before I do that. Come on, we just got one more round to go. Guess I'd be able to do it here. Last leg. And she's dead. Fucking finally. Pyro mags. Go ahead and pick that up. Y'all little shitlings to fucking go.
Holy crap. We did it.
Don't care, give me my reward.
Get in there, Tenno. Rip out anything you think might help our cause.
Alright, I think we might be safe enough away.
What's that
Just
sound?
rolling that thing the wrong way. Where do we need to go? Oh.
Continuing to overcharge the ore. At this rate,
It's this
in a
way.
matter of seconds it will.
Should be this way. Let's go this way. Alright, so we killed it. We died 3 times, which is just... A lot of it is just me being bad. But their damage output is pretty insane. I'd say, even if you do this build, I'd probably say you might want more practice with it and grouped experience before doing it solo. Alright. Now that we're done... Oh, hello. That's my first one. I've done this boss at least 13 times now? Well, won it 13 times. Let's just say that. Won it 13 times. Alright, so now we go to build... Alright. Go to equipment. Arsenal. Alright, so I'm running Saren. But here's my setup. I'm using Vigorous Swap because of, since you have to switch between weapons for damage anyways. By the way, this does apply for, or it seemed to apply to, whenever you go to your Archwing for 3 seconds. I was noticing a damage increase with this. I believe so. Take that with whatever you want. But I run Vigorous Swap. Pretty maxed out Umbral Fiber build with Adaption, Hunter Adrenaline for spamming your 2 as much as possible. Blind Rage and Regenerative Malt. The very, very important ones are these 2. Because you better spam that HP regen. Also, just spam Malt in general because it pulls aggro away from you. Even though your Malt doesn't last long because they seem to kill it in what? I like to say 6 seconds? 5? Didn't last long, that's all I know. Alright. I'm running Arcane Guardian with Arcane Nullifier. One thing I have noticed is good about the Arcane Nullifier, you may not have 100%. It is possible to dodge the magnetic field. It's kind of like a jumping puzzle from like most games, like you jump over it in order to keep yourself from being hit by it. But if you do so, you don't get magnetized. So you could trade out this arcane for whatever. When I first thought I was going against this, I thought it was just, oh, it's just gonna slam and magnetize me, and it's just like the fucking AoE magnetized from the Terror List, which is annoying. Now, Terror List, you can't get away with no full Arcane Nullifier, because I think it does multiple ticks of magnetic procs, so you can't get away with it. But since this is like a boom with 3 kind of like air slashes coming at you, that if you get hit by it, it magnetizes you. Well, since it's just one big boom, you actually, if you have this, you have about an 80% chance to not get magnetized. Or there's another way of playing it. If you know you're going to get hit and know you're going to get magnetized, just multiply the magnetization and it keeps your energy from draining. I'd run Arcane Guardian is definitely must. Shield Disruption, I just run because it makes the enemies easier to kill if you just want to turn around and pop them in the face. Which, annoyingly, you will want this, just because fucking enemies around here are annoying. Now, what are some other things? I'd probably definitely recommend the Arcane Guardian, because the armor bonus is always going to be nice, no matter what. Because your amount of healing in Arcane Guardian it's just going to keep you alive. Now, if you want to and you don't have Vigorous Swap because you haven't unlocked the new Elite alerts, or don't feel like playing for the plat, you could always go for more ability strength here. But this is what I have my Saren for, is this build right here. And by the way, another thing is if you want to run Adaption, you do not have to max out Adaption. The only thing Adaption does for you is it gives you more resistance gain per hit. That and the how long it lasts. 18 seconds is normally fine. That's what you're going to get out of 8 points into it. If you have 20, it's going to be 10 resistance to that damage type in 20 seconds. It stays at a max of 90. If you want to, you could go a little bit less, but 18 seconds is normally pretty good. But going back here, I'm running the newest gun here because of its radiation damage with impact, puncture, and slash, where I can run an element with corrosive or cold on it. Now that's what I was thinking, is since this shotgun is really nice, by the way, it's kind of like the arcoplas per sec. The arcoplas will tick all the way up the leg. The one thing about this that's nice is the other elements that are coming on it besides radiation, because I do believe the arcoplasma is only radiation. Yeah, it's only radiation. So if you can manage to get your hands on the Exergius, it is worth. Now, what I run on here is it is a 3-forma, but I run Shell Shock, Toxic Barrage, Frigid Blast. Normal, your Hell Chamber, that's just going to be a given. Point Blank's going to be a given. I run Seeking Fury for Punch Through, and I run Prime Charge Shell just for more corrosive damage. And I run Chilling Reload because it's cheap and effective. Gives you that cold, it gives you reload speed. And reload is what you want on the shotgun. You don't have to have a Riven for it. Riven would be nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to shell out 1,500 plat for a Riven for it. Actually, I don't think it's 1,500. I think it's more than that right now, which is annoying. Because I like the shotgun, but I'm not going to pay that much plat for that. Now, I'm just running Shaman. Well, not Shaman. What's the... Moon Chaser is the actual name of the kit gun. I run a Moon Chaser build. I run a flat damage build. This one's kind of just a nuke. It's a crit chance based. I just run it and have wild. I'll run gas and magnetic on it with the impact. If you see that impact emblem, definitely switch over this because you're going to do a lot more damage than your shotgun on impact. Well, this is considered a hand shotgun, so as well. So, okay, Exergius. If you see the impact emblem, don't use the Exergius. Run the Moon Chaser, or switch to the Moon Chaser, and then tick up its leg. It'll do lots of damage, and you can get it down really quickly. Now, another gun. I think I'm saying this right. Exergius. I don't know. I'm not good at pronouncing it. I'm not going to try. Redeemer. Now, it's a new weapon. A lot of people don't have it yet. I realize that. But I like using this because it's just able to shoot and I don't have to fucking play the go swack the leg scenario with it. And with this, if you do manage to get your hands on Bullet Dance, this melee, I'd probably say melee weapon is probably the best melee weapon for the Orb of Prophet. Just because its ability to shoot and you don't have to go chasing a leg. Now, I do have a ribbon for this, but it is only giving me that status chance. That's just for my own gameplay. Status chance doesn't really do anything for you for the Prophet Taker. Now, if I wanted to, I could get rid of Healing Return, but I like Healing Return because one really nice part about when those fat spiders start dropping is you can almost heal yourself instantaneously, almost from like 300 health, using Healing Return on one of those fat asses. Other than that, I just run... The only big one is Bullet Dance, and then you're just going to be doing a normal condition overload build. Now, if you want to heal more off of it, do try going for the status chance, because the way the bullets work on this is just like a shotgun. If you don't hit that 100% status chance, not all of your bullets are going to be doing status space. Now, that being said, I was running the degen thinking maybe I could use its reawaken and sacrifice in order to keep me up, but that's not the case. But one of the nice things new about Sentinels is the new Sentinel Scent mod. Now, I only have one of these, but if you can get both of these, you can get a max of 10% magazine reload whenever you switch out. Now, that is absolutely amazing for this boss fight, because you're just going to keep switching over and over. Now, I don't really have this formatted the way I probably should be, because I haven't spent that much time on this. One nice thing is, no matter what, even if it's dead, I do believe you get the passive off the mods. So you could just take off Sacrifice and put something else on here, but I'm not sure what else I would run. Shield Charger might be great. Guardian could be really good. You could take that off and put Guardian on there. Medi-Ray's decent. The only thing I'd probably say that you'd want to put on there is Shield Charger. Now, you don't have to have it attacking for this fight, so you could take off Thumper for Shield Charge. So, I'd probably run a similar setup to this. I'm just running spare parts because might as well. Rare resources. Now, for my arch gun, let's go to vehicles here. Go to upgrade. Now, one thing I will say is a lot of people are not going to have this mod, because this is one of the really rare rewards for killing the Prophet Taker. But if you are able to get this will boost your damage tremendously. Now, combustion rounds is a pain to get, and electrified rounds are going to be a pain to get, but you want that radiation damage, because it is alloy plate while it has its armor. Now, if it has its armor, radiation is going to be the best. But for somehow, some way, it loses its armor. It is robotic, which it will take the most damage from electricity. So, most of the time, you're going to want that radiation damage. I just run. The only biggies here that are going to be a pain to get is the critical focus and the dual rounds are going to be the hardest ones. Well, actually, dual rounds isn't as bad as electrified barrel, because you can actually get both of these at the same time, but electrified barrel is only rotation B, while this is rotation A. Which, whenever I get out of here, I'll show you where you can get these two mods. Combustion round, I can't remember exactly where you get it from, but I know it can be a pain. But you can re-roll mods in order to get most of these. You can't get this one yet, I do believe. Automatic trigger, that's going to be necessary. But your main thing here is radiation damage, because when that shield goes down, you're hitting alloy plating. Now, what do we want to do here? Is there anything else I need to show off? I think that's it. Other than that, I think you guys might want to know where to get that electric element mod and the multi-shot mod. Real quick. Not what I'm wanting to do. Actually press exit. But, want to go to Uranus and you want to do Callus. You want to do interception, and you want to do rotation AABC. The two A's, you have a chance at the multi-shot mod, In rotation B, you have a chance for that electrifying mod. Now, there is a enemy that drops the electrifying mod. And it does spawn here, but you have a 0.49% chance of getting it. It's pretty low. And then the multi-shot mod can drop from the really big fat machines that try challenging you for the interception spots here. They have a chance of dropping the dual multi-shot mod on here. Now, I'm kind of ranting at this point. I'm tired. I took my medication. I'm starting to pass out while talking. So if you guys do enjoy this, if this build semi helps you, or if you have any updates that might work, let me know. I'm honestly curious of what can work and what can help you win the boss fight solo at the easiest way. I would try Rhino, but I've seen rhinos get their face melted. And I've tried Rhino, and it went through his iron skin like it was nothing. The damage output is just so insane. I thought about running Nyx, but the problem comes in with the energy regen. And I think that keeps her from being a way of doing this. Also, not to mention, as soon as her R pops off at the late stage of the game, she will just completely insta-die. Completely. Chroma can't do it solo, but he can do it duo with a Oberon. If you do a Oberon setup with a Hunter's mod for the energy regen, you can very much so do a Chroma build. If you're like doing a friend, Oberon Chroma. Now what I run for Chroma here, if you want to look for that, this is my setup. Now one thing you could get rid of, well, no, there's nothing really you can get rid of here. One thing that we can take off now that I know this, and how this works, is we could take off a arcane nullifier. More than likely, a lot of people don't like this, but we probably want that shield regen, just in case you can't build up that shield in order to get that armor. This might help save you in a fight. So I'd probably run a maxed arcane nullifier, an arcane aegis, so you regen shield. Arcane aegis, I do believe, is a bit expensive, but not as bad. Next thing, I'm trying to remember, can I remember his Oberon build? Where is my Oberon? O's. Nova. We skipped over it. Lumbo. Okay, Octavia Oberon. There we go. I'd like to say,
now get out there and
I think he actually runs this build right here. And runs adaption with it so he doesn't instantaneously die. I think adaption is probably the biggest mod here if you want to ever do solo or duo. I don't think you need it in a full team build. Now, things you don't want to touch with a 4-man build is, I know people are running Octavia, but Octavia, if she comes out of invisibility, she will just instantly kill over, because the way those rocket works, they home on anybody who's seen, and I like to say they're dished out every 5 to 10 seconds. And once they're homed on you, if you go invisible, I don't think they stop. I think they keep going after you. And I'm pretty certain at the last stage of the fight, it will kill her. Now, Trinity is a big no-no. Trying to think. People have been... I've seen somebody try running Atlas. That was a huge no. Excalibur would die. Kara would die. I think Neza could work. Is the way it works. And you could help give your, you could be tanky and supportive because you could give people, stuff with, the, I like to say, is it 90 or 95% damage reduction? But you could give that to other people, and that would be really helpful in a team fight. So I believe Neza would work. I've seen people run Anaros. Anaro can work, but he can die really quickly on that last stage of the fight. Trying to think what else could be run. I know Adaption Bolt Revenant can work. Also, not to mention, your 2 just keeps you from taking damage altogether. I think those are the only ones that you can really take in the air without, like, dying 24/7. Valkyrie is a really decent one because you can use her ult in order to heal yourself up if needed to. You'd lose some damage output and your teammates won't be happy that you're, like, just doing it for yourself because Valkyrie's not quite the, supporter frame. She might give attack speed with melees, but that is the only thing she's given towards a team. If Falk is your only way to go, though, it's probably your best. Now, Saren is really, really good. One, just because she can pull aggro off you and your teammates. She has an ability that she can give poison. If you really want to, you could try changing the build up in order to put corrosive damage on them, and that gives them another element. I'd probably have to say, out of everyone, the most overpowered for this boss is probably Saren. Just because of her healing off of her 2, off of Malt, and the aggro pull off of her Malt, and the ability to not have to run an element for poison. And if you go for a supportish route, you can give your teammates corrosive to help go through the shield. Now, what would be nice is if you could get a Vault to survive and be able to give them electric damage, which I'm not sure if you got in it. Has a mod like that for him. I think I have a syndicate with Vault stuff on here. Where's my boy at? No, though. We would have already seen it there, so...
Perhaps these will show you
Vault.
the path.
Be Shock Trooper, shotgun costing on it. Yep, you could do that, but I don't think you would be able to survive. Well, I take that back. If you run a, I take that back. I take that back now. If you run an Adaption Vault Prime with this kind of build, Probably take off maybe stretch? Maybe? And put on the mod for giving electric damage. You could probably help your teammate quite a bit. Because if you, well, I don't think you have to give electricity, but you could use this for CC chaining the enemies, as well as, what I want to say. You could CC chain them, and on top of that, you'd be giving shield to your teammates, which would help them keep them alive. So you'd be a decent crowd control, but I'm not sure how much I trust shield and how bad shield is. Unless with a maxed out adaption. If you can get that adaption maxed out with shield, it's okay. But other than that, shields are just god awful. I'd have to say shield is probably the worst defensive stat in a lot of games. See here. You could also form of this where you, and if you do decide to take off stretch, you could put the Exilus adapter up here, and then form it for the Exilus. And put probably stretch on there just for more range. Now, I don't think you have to have transient fortitude on here. I don't think that's a must. If you have a decently formatted vault, I think vault could work really well, honestly. So you would run Cunning Drift in your Exilus. Trying to think, what would you want to run here? You could run a normal Intensify. And give your duration up. Or get your duration up so whenever you do decide to use your 4, it CC them for longer, which would be nice and helpful for your teammates. So I think this is fine. I'd probably try forming to get that more range on there so you're stunning a lot more enemies for your teammates. Or if you think the range is decent enough, you could always put ability power on there too. Because you know you're running adaption. If you form it for this, you should be able to put anything in the Exilus spot. Trying to think. Auras, you could go for shield disruption. You could take off steel charge for that. That's fine. Because even though it doesn't get rid of the shield on the Prophet anymore, you're still reducing that shield on the enemies. That's making your life really fucking difficult. Alright, I'm done ranting for now. I'm probably just blabbing about ideas, but until then, guys, I'll see you guys next time.